Fantasy League Podcast Week 3. I'm Devin.
I'm Gifford.
Apple.
I'm Scott.
We got 2 guests this week, so you're in for a surprise.
Should be a good one. First up, we have the winners and losers of last week, Week 2. The first game is me versus my friend here, Matt Gifford. And guess who won? I did. I won that shit.
Damn.
He didn't think it would happen, but we really saw who is the best team in the league, didn't we, buddy?
I plead the fifth.
Last week, I predicted that I would win, because why wouldn't I? And Gifford thought for some reason he would win. That didn't happen. The next match was Scott versus Brittany. Scott, you want to go over that one?
Yeah, I sure do. So I beat Brittany this week. Real embarrassing matchup for Brittany.
It was incredibly embarrassing.
Yeah.
She went into that with the confidence of the gods, and she came out whimpering. 101 to 126. You couldn't get beat worse. Oh, wait.
Yeah, you can.
The next game was Tommy versus Tatani. Tatani walked in and got his ass destroyed.
And your dumbass picked them.
I did. I deserved that one. We'll go over that later. I picked Tatani to win in that one. He lost 76 to 132. It doesn't get much worse than that.
Or maybe you can do worse. In the Battle of the Virgins, the better virgin won.
Apple versus Eric came down to
Not a lot.
It wasn't
not a
very
lot.
close.
It
Yeah.
didn't come down to anything.
No.
It was a rout. Apple lost his figurative virginity by bending Eric over and completely emptying his load into him.
Prison style.
116
In the shower.
to 161. It was not a pretty look for Eric, and I do believe he will be dropping in the power rankings this week.
That was not a happy ending, folks.
In that one, both me and Gifford picked Apple to win, and he did.
And the last matchup of the day came down to Zach versus Omar. And Omar came out on top. Me and Devin both got the predictions right. Zach, with a valiant effort with Waddle and Hill, went off.
Waddle and Hill, I stand corrected. I told him that both of those people together on the same team would not work, and he proved us wrong. They both scored almost 40 points each.
It's not going to work anymore.
No,
It's done.
I still don't think it'll work. So if you want
But-
to just send Waddle over to me.
But that happened in a loss, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah,
Anyways.
unfortunately, 144 is a great effort, but 161 will trump that every time. So that means in week 2, both of us went 3-2 in our predictions, bringing me to 7-3 on the year and Gifford to 6-4. Pretty close so far. Our next segment is our disappointing players of the week. First up, we have Matt Gifford with Joe Burrow. What do you have to say about him?
Very concerning start to the season. Under 200 yards passing and only got 1 touchdown. Hopefully he has a bounce back game against the Jets, but it's not looking good. For Zach's team, it's going to be Jonathan Taylor. He only had 11 touches. Anything less than 20 points this season for Jonathan Taylor is a disappointment.
Absolutely. Jonathan Taylor should be going off every game, especially when Michael Pittman isn't there. There's no
That's
excuse
true.
for that. Yeah.
Very confusing game. 24-0 shutout.
Rough for the Colts. Rough.
Only 6.8
Absolutely.
points for Jonathan Taylor.
My disappointment for my team was Austin Eckler, who scored a modest 13.9. It's good, but it's not what I expect from him. I need my players to do better. I need them to elevate their game. He had 9 receptions for 55 yards and 14 carries for only 39 yards. Austin, you're better than this, man.
You want David Montgomery?
Maybe. We'll talk about that.
It's kind of funny you bring that out because that seems like a decent game for anybody else.
For anybody
But
else.
for Austin Eckler,
But
I
this
guess that's
man-
a shitty game, I guess.
He's a top 3
Looking
pick.
at that stat line, it's like, that's a decent game.
It's decent for somebody like David Montgomery. That's
Oh,
for
shit.
sure.
It's true.
It is.
It's true.
For Omar's team, I have Devontae Adams. He went 2 for 12 for 8.2 points, but that 8.2 only came from a short touchdown.
Insane he's still getting touchdowns on bad weeks.
8.2 is not what we want from Devontae Adams.
It is what we want. We play against them.
I want better for him. I like the Raiders. I like them.
You like the Raiders?
I like the Raiders. I hope they do better.
Next, my team, I chose Robert Tunyon. He was 2 for 11. I personally expected more. I don't know what anybody else thought. I expected more out of him. What do you have to say?
Tunyon was going undrafted in drafts. That should
So-
tell you all that you need to know.
Gerald Everett went undrafted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you've
yeah.
had Tunyon and Njoku.
Yeah.
Good luck with your tight ends the rest
Yeah,
of the
yeah.
season.
Okay, yeah.
He doesn't need good luck, though. He's still one of the top 3 teams in the league. It doesn't matter. He's picking Tunyon because he has nobody else to complain about, which is ridiculous.
We'll see.
True.
Who's your next disappointment?
It's going to be Scott's team with Derrick Henry. 13 for 25 and a touchdown.
2 weeks in a row.
Looked horrible. Looked slow. Anything to say, Scott?
Yeah, I think he's gonna bounce back soon. He's still coming off that injury, but they're trying to introduce him more into the rushing game. So
How are you going to introduce one of the top 3 best running backs in the league?
He should be introduced already. He should be in the offense. He should be that offense.
You do want
he
him
hasn't
to
played since like November last year.
You do want him to twerk on you though.
Damn.
Yeah. Want that juicy boy.
I mean, King Henry can. Anyway, so my disappointments of the week is Brittany with Dalvin Cook. He rushed 6 times for 17 yards, and he caught 4 passes for 19 yards.
It's not what you want to see from Cook.
No.
Cook needs to be better.
This is a guy you're drafting in the first round at spot 4.
Yeah.
You need more volume from him.
You need more
You
of
need
everything.
touchdowns. you need the rushing yards.
He just needs to be better all around.
Absolutely.
The Vikings need to be better.
Dalvin Cook is not cooking.
The Vikings face the Eagles. They have an
Eagles
excuse.
suck.
The Eagles are the number 1
Trash.
team in the NFC. They're going to the Super Bowl.
Here comes the Jalen Hurts.
Mark my words. Anyway, who's your next one?
And then my next disappointment is Tatani with Kyle Pitts. He had 3 targets for 2 catches on 19 yards.
That's 2 weeks in a row that he is a disappointment.
That's 2.9 fantasy points 2 weeks in a row.
He is not the tight end
It's
that
not
we wanted.
2.9.
This is a top 5 tight end, and he's not producing as he should.
He should be the number 1 on that team, but they have Drake London, and he is the number 1 on that team because Kyle Pitts is ass. That's okay.
Also,
though.
Marcus Mariota's ass, but you know,
Mariota's been okay. He's been serviceable, better than he was on the Titans. That's
Better
for
than
sure.
Matt Ryan.
That's true. Matt Ryan is bad. I'm
yeah,
sorry,
no,
but-
he is.
All right.
Skipping over to Tommy's team, we have Najee Harris. So for this week, he went 15 for 49, and the yards per carry's not looking real good. It's looking like a career theme for him where he's not having a great offensive line, and it's not looking good, especially with a backup quarterback who doesn't know how to get him the ball out of the backfield. So
They'll be switching quarterbacks soon.
might be a rough year for Najee Harris. I don't know.
Over to Eric, we have Leonard Fournette. He was not a disappointment in the volume that he got, but he was a disappointment in the yardage and the usage. He should have been 24 carries. He should have been in the end zone. He should be over 150 yards, but this man only went for 65 yards. That is so bad that he had to tweet out an apology to his fantasy owners this week.
The Buccaneers just look bad in general.
Yeah, Tom Brady, I said it last week. I'll say it again this week. Is he washed?
That's why he's not the GOAT and Kyler is.
Our next segment is the boom player of the week, and I'm going to go first with my player, Tua Tagovailoa. He went 35 of 50 for 468 yards, 6 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. Honorable mention
Crazy.
to his 2 wideouts, Waddle and Hill. Those 2 killed it this week.
Up next for me is Lamar Jackson, 318 passing yards, 4 touchdowns with a crazy 119 rushing yards. I don't know how.
Cheat code.
Yeah, 119 yards on the ground is crazy for a running back. Okay.
This man is a quarterback, and he
Wait, are we
proved
getting
it.
a hot take real quick? Are you saying Lamar can't throw?
He's a noodle arm,
Noodle arm.
Oh.
just like Jalen Hurts. Noodle
Whoa!
Like Kyler Murray.
Nah,
Whoa!
Kyler's got an arm.
Nah.
He didn't watch any of the games
He's
this
got
week.
some legs, bro.
Hey.
He ain't got no arm.
Of course you're looking at the legs. And then my player for the week is Stephon Diggs.
Stephon.
I had him.
Yeah, he went for 12, 148, 3 touchdowns. 5 touchdowns to start off the season. Scary.
It's what he does.
Very scary.
Better than Gabe Davis.
Excuse you.
He is.
Fine, he is, but Gabe Davis will come back
Yeah.
and he will prove the haters wrong.
He'll get one of those touchdowns. Diggs will get 2. That's fine.
I'll take that. That's fine with me. All right.
My boom player of the week is Amon-Ra St. Brown, a player from my own team, but with a guy at this caliber and this performance, why not be impressed?
Absolutely. I'm 100% impressed with this man. He came in after his coaches were saying that he's not going to play as much as he did last year, and he's putting up numbers.
I think he's breaking history right now with something. I don't remember what it is, but I heard something.
He just set another record for, 8 or 9 receptions in a game?
This man Apple just be talking random shit.
Nah, it's a thing. It's like
Amon
100
Ra
yards or
is
something.
a top 10 wide receiver in the league right now.
I
Definitely.
agree.
Easy. What were his stats?
He had 9 catches for 116 yards on 2 touchdowns. He also had 2 rushes for 68 yards.
2 rushes for 68 yards. That's 34 yards per rush. That's insane for a wide receiver.
Quick math.
Next is our power rankings. And again, they are mine. They're not these guys's. Come at me if you need to.
I agree with the first one.
Because the first one is number 1, Matt Apple. This team just keeps producing. He is the number 1 team in the league. He's 2-0 now. He has Kyler Murray, Stephon Diggs, Mike Williams, Hollywood Brown for some reason.
Michael Pittman's hurt.
Jahan Dotson needs to go up in there. He's deserved a
Over
spot.
Michael Pittman?
Over Antonio Gibson. Anyway, DeAndre Swift, Antonio Gibson, like I mentioned, Robert Tonyan, Monty, and Jahan Dotson. And then even his bench has some studs. Like he said, Michael Pittman needs to come back. If Michael Carter can overtake Brees, we'll see. That team will be solid until the inevitable.
Forever.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah.
Number 2 is Matt Gifford. Gifford, what's your team looking like these days?
I'm not too shaken up by the loss.
Who'd you lose to? Who'd you lose to?
To you. I scored 140 points, so not concerned. Penny not doing well on the bench is kind of scary, but Pollard is emerging. Zeke is washed. Like I said at the beginning of the season, Zeke is washed.
Yeah, Zeke's not looking too good.
And I'm not concerned. Cousins had a bad game. Jefferson will rebound.
Jett is with a sub 10 performance.
Michael Thomas is looking like Michael Thomas.
15 again this week.
I'm waiting for McCaffrey to pop off. He's getting 16 on a bad game. He's not even trying
That's
yet.
just what he does.
He's not even trying yet. Nick Chubb
McCaffrey
getting
is that
30.
guy.
Nick Chubb is a top 5 fantasy running back in the league. 30 ball on
That
ass.
one I agree with.
And James Robinson is still holding up with a consistent, 14.6?
He got 15 points this week. Again,
Solid.
after an entire season of ETN
A
hype.
lot of talk at ETN.
He's just not
Just
there.
start the boy J-Rob, you know what I'm saying? But
He's proven it.
I'm going to give Burrow one more week. If he doesn't perform next week, he's gone.
Even with
that's
Carson
wild.
Wentz on the waiver wire, this man's
wild.
still going with Joe Burrow.
Yes. But I believe in Joe Shiesty. He's been 2 weeks. A rough offensive line, but they will figure it out. It's the Jets. Come on. Let's go.
Third spot, we have Brittany. Her team's solid. She just got unlucky with some injuries. She might get shot in the ass this year, but, it is what it is. She has Josh Allen for quarterback.
Josh Allen's going to keep going.
Yeah, I want him, but I won't get him.
I think Evan's suspended for fighting.
She got unlucky with injuries. She had Dalton Schultz also go down. Chase Edmonds didn't get played. Don't know why. That was weird. I had him. I don't have him anymore.
They're
but-
projecting Mostert to be RB1 now.
Really?
I
I
saw that on the
don't,
report.
I don't believe that. I
He
think-
also had Jamar Chase
yeah.
and Dalvin Cook and AJ Brown. All 3 of those players went under 10 after killing it last year.
Jamar
Yeah, that's
go
kind of
over
crazy.
10?
No.
No, he's under 10, 8.3.
That was,
She will bounce back. She's
Yeah.
not going to be this bad every week. That is why she's remaining at number 3.
I don't like her bench.
Her bench is a little sus, but we're not going to talk about that too much. At number 4, we have Omar. He has Lamar Jackson, Devontae Adams, who disappointed this week, as we
Very.
talked about. T. Higgins and Allen Robinson, who actually caught a touchdown this week. Welcome to the NFL, buddy.
He should have had 2.
Another disappointment in this team was Javonte Williams. He finished with 9 points.
That was a rough game to watch, too. I caught it.
The Broncos, I don't know what's going on with them. Miles Sanders, still respectable with a decent 10. Travis Kelce dropped off the face of the earth.
Wait, let's throw
Yeah.
this out there. Omar scored 160 with Devontae and Travis having a bad game. That's
Yeah.
insane.
And Javante.
But I would put most of that on Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson had 52 points. And so that's why he is only at 4. He's not going any higher. At number 5, we have Scott.
I like my team. I like how they're shaping out. I got around 135 this week, I believe.
126.
126. close but no cigar. I like my receiving core. I think that's been my strong point so far.
Amon-Ra and Rashad Bateman have been killing it.
Deontay.
And Curtis Samuel's
And
been
Deontay.
doing well for me too. I like to see more volume from my bench players, but that's why they're on the bench, right? Derrick Henry needs to bring it back, and I like where Barkley's at. So
I do like Barkley. He will bounce back, I'm sure. He had 72 yards last week rushing. This team is 2-0, and that's why he's at number 5. But I just couldn't put him any higher, unfortunately. They're all taking a break right now, so I want to take this opportunity to say that they will all lose this league. I am going to come in first. You heard it right here, right now. What do you think? She said it. I'm going to win. I'm going to be the number 1 team. It might happen as soon as week 6. I believe in my team. I believe that they're going to be the best. At number 6, we have my team. On this team, I have, of course, as we all know, Jalen Hurts. We also have Cortland Sutton, who proved what he can be with Russell Wilson.
Jerry Judy was
once
out.
Judy's out,
Jerry Judy was out. Yeah. Austin Eckler was a disappointment. I'll give him that. But I expect him to come back. He still got 14 points. Not worried about it. Aaron Jones showed that he is still the man in Green Bay. 32.5 points. That is what we want from him. Same with Mark Andrews. This man scored 23 points this week. Unfortunately, due to a last-minute Gabe Davis injury, I had to switch in Isaiah McKenzie, who didn't do anything. But that didn't matter because I had Jalen Hurts. And I still overtook Matt Gifford. And that's all that matters.
True. Good win. You want a cookie?
I do, actually.
I want a cookie.
I would love a cookie.
You buy it.
Outside of that, on my bench, we have the rookie Drake London, who came through with an impressive 20 points.
I wasn't expecting that against the Rams.
I'm
That was
so excited to see what he can do. I'm really happy with his production. He will be taking over the spot that Hunter Renfrow currently takes.
7th in the rankings is going to be Tommy. Basically, it's Cooper Kupp. That's his whole team. Stafford came alive this week. Christian Kirk is a very welcoming surprise. Trevor Lawrence is looking good, so we'll see where that goes. Zach Ertz was a good pickup. Zach Ertz is getting targets. Clyde is playing well.
I do like this team. However, there's only so many top spots. So,
When Juju is your wide receiver 3, you need to get another receiver right now.
unfortunately.
Absolutely.
Unfortunately, you got to be at 7 for that. Sorry. At number 8, though,
We have a Zach, the Zach attack. So he propelled from last place to 8th place this week, sorely off Hill and Waddle. Those two went off.
don't get him wrong, though. He's still 0-2.
Still 0-2.
Yeah.
It's a more impressive, more respectable 0-2 than Tatani. But Brady needs to pick it up soon. His receivers needs to get.
Even with Brady scoring 11 points, he got 144 overall.
I like the Ayuk pickup. Tatani still a bad drop. Jonathan Taylor is not going to score under 10 the rest of the season. Bad game. Melvin Gordon, you need to get another running back too. I will admit, coming off the bench, Mooney has been a disappointment. I know he started both games. Hopefully he picks it up.
At number 9, we have Tatani. On this team, he has Patrick Mahomes, Deebo Samuel, Jerry Jeudy, who got hurt, unfortunately, Robbie Anderson, for some reason. I don't know why.
Chase the stats.
Joe Mixon, Darrell Henderson, they're good. They're a good 1-2 punch. Kareem Hunt's going to bounce back. What do you guys think about Kyle Pitts, though? Is he going to bounce back?
He'll be fine.
I don't know.
You think so?
I had him. I had him last year. I don't know. I'm not as confident. That's why I didn't draft him this year. I didn't have much faith. But going off his team here, injury bug early. Judy, Keenan, and Kamara. That's very concerning.
Those are 3 top picks. They're 3 really good picks.
Yeah.
And his bench is
all 3 of them are
not
out.
deep at all. You got Taysom, Claypool, and Jamal Williams. The bench is not good.
But the big surprise on this team is Tua. Tua scored 56 points last week.
But like
And
we
he's
said,
still on the bench.
But
you're not going to start Tua over Patrick Mahomes.
Who's going to start him over Patrick Mahomes? I think the best course of action for you would be find a team that needs a quarterback and give them Tua. Zach's team needs a quarterback.
Scott's team needs a
Scott's
quarterback.
team only has Matt Ryan. You should look
got
into you should look into trading Tua for an upgrade really anywhere. At number 10, we have Eric. He still has Justin Herbert, which is respectable. I love Herbert. However, he is dealing with a rib injury. I don't know how long that's going to keep him out.
He got beat up in that game.
Yeah.
But he showed
still
grit.
threw 50 yards after the injury. So
Yeah.
That pass was crazy.
He's still a great quarterback, still a top 10, top 5 quarterback maybe in the league. Again, these wide receivers, they're disappointments, unfortunately. Maybe in the
not their
league,
fault.
you can find some believers. The running backs on this team, they will probably be disappointments week in and week out.
Lenny will be fine.
Lenny will bounce back,
and
but
that's about to get beat out.
ETN
He's already
is
beat
not.
out.
Yeah, he is not better than James Robinson.
He's not.
No.
Your bench is also looking rough. I don't see any starters, unfortunately.
Olave got 12
Olave's
targets.
Olave
Olave's
got
fine.
13 targets.
13 targets.
80 receiving yards, but he lost a fumble as well.
It's okay.
He is looking good. He might earn some playing time, but who are you going to bench? I don't know if you can bench DK for Olave.
Maybe CD at this point. Do you trust Cooper Rush to get CD the ball?
CD's still his
did
best
better.
receiver. Week 3 predictions. First up is me versus Brittany. And we all know which way I'm going to go with this one, don't we? Don't we?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm going to beat Brittany down, like in real life. Wait. Oh, no. Cut that.
Okay, Deshaun Watson.
He doesn't beat people. He only comes on people. I'm going to beat Brittany. What do you guys think?
Let me
I think
see
you're
Brittany's
right.
team real quick. Let me see this. Yeah, Brittany's winning this one, though.
Gifford, what do you think?
I hate to admit it, but I think he's on a roll, and I think Devin gets two weeks in a row.
What do you think, Scott?
I think it's going to be a real close game. Brittany's got a lot of big names on her team, but Devin's got a lot of breakouts that are just about to come over the hill. I think Devin takes this one.
I love it. That's 3-1.
Brittany,
for me.
your arch nemesis.
I
The
got
only
you, Brittany.
person.
I got you, Brittany.
The only person that you told to kill himself last week is going for you.
I got you.
I hope that makes you feel good, Brittany. Our next matchup for week 3 is Tommy versus Eric. Who do you guys have for that one?
Tommy is
I got
starting.
Tommy.
Tommy's starting the year off 3-0. Insane.
3-0.
With that team.
Eric's getting this one.
Wow. Going with the upset. I can see Eric making it tough, but if Justin Herbert doesn't play, Eric is
That
unfortunately
man broke
falling
his ribs,
again.
man.
Nah, he good.
We'll see. We know what happened last time the Chargers quarterback had an injury. in
Punctured
their
Tyrod
chest.
Taylor's lungs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully that doesn't happen to Herbert. What do you think, Scott?
Yeah, I think Tommy takes this one. Tommy just knows how to put a team together, and I just think he'll have the better squad this week.
I agree. Tommy. So that is Tommy, and Eric.
I got you, Eric.
Virgins unite.
Yes,
There
sir.
you go. The next matchup is Omar versus Tatani. And in this one, I wish I could stay with Tatani. I'm sorry, but I cannot. Omar is just on a roll. He's going to continue his roll against you. I don't know how you compete with him unless Patrick Mahomes goes off again, gets 60 points, but then the rest of your team just can't do it. So I'm going with Omar.
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 I got Omar.
Blowout.
Yeah, blowout.
Omar, clean sweep. Next is Gifford versus Zach. Who do you guys think for that one?
That's Gifford.
Yeah, I got Gifford on this one.
I want to say Zach, just to see Gifford wallow again.
You know what? I'll go on the record right now. I will not be surprised if I lose this week.
I am going to change my answer. I think that Gifford is going to win. Both of Zach's wide receivers are going against Buffalo. I don't see both of them producing for 40 points each. I think that unfortunately Zach is going to take another L. I'm sorry. I tried to take you, Zach, but it's Gifford.
See that? See how they want my downfall? You see this?
Yeah, I'm not pretending. I want you to fail. At least this week.
We want to put a paintball in your ass.
Our final matchup of week 3 will be Apple versus Scott. These two, coincidence that they're both on the podcast. What do you guys think?
You're losing
Ooh,
badly.
It's a 50-50
Badly.
split
Nah, badly.
according to projections.
so cordial.
Wow,
Predictions mean jack. Also, it's 51-49
Yeah.
for Apple.
I'm not going projections.
Oh, we're changing it.
Since Kyler Murray's just not it, I
He's-
think I'm going to smash you.
He's playing the Rams. That's a tough matchup.
Yeah.
He's never played well against the Rams. I think Scott's going to keep it rolling. I think Apple loses this week.
Ooh.
Fuck you.
This is our number 1 team versus our number 2 team. So it's not controversial to say one team will win over the other. I do, however, want Scott to win.
That's crazy.
I don't like Kyler Murray as a quarterback just because I've had enough of Apple going down on him.
Oh, calm down, Jalen Hurts guy. Calm down.
That's fine. Jalen's finer than Kyler.
Oh,
That's for sure.
Okay.
Up next, we have the fan favorite bitching hour. Would anybody like to go first?
I'll go first. Kirk Cousins fucked me this week. I was up by 15, and that's quickly swifted under my feet. I do not like losing to this man. I despise losing to this man.
If there's one team that I want to beat, it's actually all of them. I want to beat all of them, but it's nice to beat Gifford just because of how much he talks outside of the podcast. He has a big ego. He just doesn't like to show it.
You're one to talk about an ego.
I have already admitted to my massive ego.
Time out.
Another thing. No, this man cannot send good trades for the life of
Hollywood
him.
and Michael Carter. Best
He's
trade.
Nobody wants Hollywood.
Awful trades every single time.
You sour apple.
I'm going to bitch about Apple because one of these days these trades are going to pay off. Someone's going to bite on it, and Apple's going to have this fucking Monstar team, and we're not going to... You want to talk about me talking a lot of shit? This man talks twice the shit I talk.
Apple doesn't talk to us outside of this.
Yeah, I have to hear it.
He likes to keep it quiet.
I hear a lot of this.
Anybody want Hollywood?
Absolutely not. Nobody likes Hollywood.
Nobody likes the Cardinals.
Nobody.
I like the Cardinals.
You shouldn't.
You're barely a person, so.
Damn.
Oh,
Wow. Going personal now.
I got something to bitch about.
What is
Brittany.
that? Brittany. Brittany,
Yeah,
why?
he wants me to die, basically.
Oh, yeah, but can you
Effectively.
blame her?
No. I cannot. I'm a horrible person.
Oh, no.
Absolutely.
But
Came in here hot about Brittany,
Yeah.
but now you're contemplating life.
see, she says she likes my team.
It's
I like
working.
her team. But
So there's a mutual respect,
Yeah.
but there's also a
this
mutual
isn't the
disrespect.
mutual. This isn't the mutual respect hour.
nah.
All right,
the
let's
bitch
set it
hour.
off. Tommy, your team's not that impressive, buddy. I might see you down the line, but not an impressive team. Eric, get your shit up, boy. Used to be top 3 in the league, now you're bottom 3.
He got last place last year.
Tatani, you're on pace, yearly king
miss-
of the consolation bracket.
You missed the playoffs, and that's what's happening this year. It's already forming. I'm not seeing a
definitely.
good outlook for you.
No,
I never do.
Scott likes to miss the playoffs, but last year he did make it, and he knocked me out. So proud of him for that. I never gave him props. This year, though, it's not going to happen.
It sure is.
He
No, it's
beat
not.
me week 1, but my team regrouped. We will come back harder. We will come back fatter. We will come back
Fatter.
just fucking flopping around.
wait, going back to last week, Brittany talked a lot of shit for taking a 30-some point loss.
Yeah.
Got
Brittany,
beat down.
Brittany deserves all of the shit thrown her way.
Mm.
And this week it's going to be the exact same. Brittany's going down yet again. She
4 guys, 1 cup.
4 guys, 1
Whoa.
cup.
I mean, she got beat by, like, the most underdog team in the league.
Scott, you can't keep calling yourself an underdog, man.
I am.
You're
I'm
2-0.
You're
You're
second
2-0.
I'm gonna be.
not
the only
winning because I'm
undefeated.
good. I'm winning because you're bad.
I'll be 3-0 this week. Everybody else will be 2-1 at the best.
Probably. Unfortunately,
Not
Yeah.
probably. Apple's gonna be 2-1 by the end of this week.
Kyler's going for 40.
Kyler's playing the Rams. He doesn't know.
40.
He doesn't know how to go for 40.
Can we
40-yard pick six. How about that?
can we rewind what Kyler did against the Rams in the playoffs?
That's the
Kyler-
That's the playoff.
Throw
Oh,
straight to Jalen Ramsey. Bobby
oh.
Wagner's gonna sack him.
So
and break his neck.
that's what Kyler did in the play. Okay, got it. Yeah,
Did the Seahawks make the playoffs?
we got a ring. How many rings you got?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I've only-
0.
I've
The
only been
answer is
watching
0.
football for like
You're
4
welcome.
years.
The answer is 0. And again, the weekly shit on Zach moment. Zach needs to get rid of one of his receivers. He needs to trade Waddle or Hill.
I'll take either.
Me too.
Zach.
We're right
Hollywood.
here.
I got
Send him.
Hollywood.
Send him.
Zach Drew, make this trade.
I got you.
Zach Drew, listen to these 2 pea heads right here.
Hollywood.
Heads.
Hollywood and Michael Carter for Jalen Waddle.
Accept any of these trades. You're smart.
That one. I'll take that.
I heard that you were considering Renfro for someone.
That
I
was
don't
horrible.
know. Do not
Palmer and
Take-
Renfro
That's
for
horrible.
Waddle.
do
Don't
not
take it.
take that
Don't
trade.
take it.
Look at
Please
Renfro's
do not
targets
take
first.
that trade.
Don't listen to these guys.
Renfro literally won the game for the Cardinals last week.
Yeah, he
Beat Tatani.
I can't wait for Tatani to come back.
I mean, Tatani, who do you want for Kamara? Is Kamara on the board? Who do you want?
I sent him a trade for him already.
I know you did. He's not. He might
He's
accept that.
accepted.
Tatani, don't take that. Don't take anything from Apple.
No,
Nobody take anything from Apple.
That's fine.
We need to chop Apple down. Chop that tree, right? And that was Bitching Hour. Thank you guys for joining us. I love it every week. Finally, we have our weekly contest. Last week was 0 to 0, the biggest negative team point differential from week 1 to week 2. Unfortunately, Brittany got second in this one again. This week, Tatani got that with 57.9 negative points.
Hey, Tatani won something.
Tatani, you
Not
got
a game.
$5. Congratulations. It's not a good one, but you got it.
Hey, $5 is $5.
Week 3's contest will be MVP, the highest scoring individual player, team defenses included, but the starters only. Good luck to everybody except for Apple. And that was the Week 3 BDE Fantasy League podcast. Thank you for coming back and thank you for listening. Also, thank you to our special guests, our surprise 2 guests, Matt Apple and Scott.
And remember, pie's infinite. See you in week 4.
The Cardinals are a bird.